Awesome. How are you, man?
What's good, bro?
Good to see you. Happy Sunday.
Oh man, happy Sunday.
All right. So this is the official introduction of episode, what's going to be 10 of an Untold narrative featuring Chris Dixon. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh man, you just did, man. My name is Chris Dixon. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, man. I'm currently in Portland, Oregon. Um,
Cool.
yes, sir.
Well, thank you for joining us. I know that we don't have to do video if you don't want to do video. I know you said you don't like video.
No, that's all good.
I'm also happy to do like an image over the whole thing. So even if it goes up on YouTube, it's just like a repeated image, and therefore it's non-video. But totally up to you.
Nah, it's whatever, man.
All right,
It's
cool.
it's a conversation, man.
That's it. That's exactly how I like to structure them. This isn't it's funny. Like one of the episodes from season 1, somebody was like, or it was episode 3. They're like, no, this is pretty much an interview, and I'm like, oh, I treat it like a conversation.
Nah, man.
Well, thank you for joining us. So basically, I don't know if you've kind of tuned into like what we're trying to do here, but basically, I'm having conversations with a lot of creatives that I've met over the years
Okay.
from different backgrounds. The previous episode that we recorded features art curator for Design Museum in the UK.
Oh,
So
nice.
we're all over the map with shoemakers, with designers,
Oh,
photographers. So basically, I know that we've met through social media, but also through our relationship with Pencil.
right.
But I want to bring it back to how you got your start. How'd you get going? You said you're from North Carolina. I didn't even know that. Um,
Yeah.
so why don't you give us some background?
Yeah, so I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, man. It's an army town. So my dad was in the army. So my family, we was like army brats, so we traveled. But we always came back to North Carolina. But when we came back to North Carolina, I was like in sixth, seventh grade. And that was like the prime 90s, like, you know, Jordan 11s. Like kids was like switching them up every day at school. And my mom was 2 pair for the whole year type thing. So man, I used to look at the kicks and just draw them, bro. And that was like my satisfaction of getting the ones that I wanted. Because my mom wasn't getting them, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting shoes, so I started drawing. And after a while, it started like, doing my own little version of them and, asking my friends like, yo, you think this is hot? And they were like, yo, that's really cool. That's cool, yo. Like, yeah, I rock those. So it kind of just gave me the encouragement and satisfaction just to sketch, man, just to show that artistic.
How do you remember how young you were?
I started drawing when I was like in kindergarten,
Oh,
but
okay.
seventh grade is when I started drawing sneakers.
You
And
remember that?
yes, bro. Yes, man. It
Wow.
was a thing, bro. It was I remember when I first like knew I had like a gift or I could make a reaction out of something I created. Like my kindergarten teacher, Miss Thompson, she had us do an Earth Day art piece, right? And I drew myself picking up trash, and she couldn't believe it, bro. And she
Really?
was like showing like all the teachers and stuff. So like I got excited from that, yeah. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
It was exciting. So like creating at a young age, like knowing I had something and it made me feel good. It made me want to do it more.
That's awesome. So that's
Yeah.
pretty much how you got into footwear. Like that was your like initial inkling where like all your friends were like hyped about your drawing skills. And
Yeah, but
uh,
it was still basketball too.
okay. So
Yeah,
did you play
basketball too.
basketball or?
Yeah, so yeah, basketball, that was like the focus. David like hooping every day, and then my brother, he
'Cause
was a
you're
big
tall.
yeah, my brother's taller. He was the guy, I was the artistic guy. He was a sports guy because he
I got
was super tall. But I followed him, and like basketball was our thing. We played, we loved Jordan. That's why, I got the Seattle joint because my brother was a Chicago fan and I was a Kemp fan. You know what I'm saying? So it was a basketball thing too. Seeing all the shoes.
So when you were entering, middle school, high school, did you know of a career in design, let alone footwear? Like, you know, you mentioned 7th, 8th grade to give people a time frame, but like, what was like the next big thing? Did you go to college or university or?
Nah, so I didn't know it was a job at all, bro. When I first found out like there was a such thing as a footwear designer, is when the Flight Posit ones came out. 90, I think that was 98, 99. But I was like, who, like, that was the question, like, who did this? 'Cause it was like,
Crazy
it
thing.
was crazy. And I think Kixology is what I found. And man, Eric A. Barr was that guy. And I was like, I want to do what he do. You know what I'm saying? So I asked my guidance counselor, like, how can I do this? And she was like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to tell you to be a.
I never heard of it either.
You need to take Spanish so you can get, you know, qualified to go D1, D2 to play basketball is what she told me. So that was my focus, but art was always in the back of my mind. But when I first got my, like, I guess, big break, or I don't know, I want to say taste of footwear, was Future Soul.
What's that?
Future Soul was a program that Dwayne Edwards put on when he was at like his last year at Jordan Brand.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard of this.
Yeah, this was oh man, I skipped some time. You might want to take over this conversation, David.
No, it doesn't. They're supernatural. We'll bounce around. What year was Future Soul? Is what it was
called? Was 2010.
Okay, yeah, we skipped about a decade.
Yeah.
So wait, did you go play ball D1?
No, I played. So my brother went to Clemson for 1 year.
Oh shit! Okay.
Got hurt, and then he went JUCO. So he was telling me about the JUCO, you know, leagues and you know, Fayetteville. All we want to do is make it out because we don't want to. It's either go to the military or, you know what I'm saying, or retail or something. So, or getting into trouble. But we were trying to make it out, man. So my brother went to Florida, and I ended up going to Missouri, Southwest Missouri State. It's a junior college.
Wow. Okay.
So it was a really good program, man. All starting 5, went D1. I ended up going to a top Division II in Texas, and I played there for 1 year. And
You were all over the map.
Yeah, I was an Army brat, so I had to get out, bro. Like I couldn't stay in Fayetteville, bro. Too small for time.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
so
bro.
Did you do all 4 years in Texas?
No, so like the year I got there, I got hurt, man. And it was a bad situation with the coach, and I ended up going home for like a year.
Seriously?
Yeah, and like healing up because I tore my quad muscle, man. It was the worst injury I ever had in my life.
I tore my quad running, and it took like 2.5 years before I could run again.
Nah, he told me it was gonna take 7 months. It took me a month, bro. Yes, I was back in the layup line. It didn't. He hated it. I don't know why, but
wow.
Nah, I had ended up leaving and healing, making sure myself was, you know, top notch because I wanted to play. That was like hoop dreaming, still hoop dreaming.
Yeah.
You know, stayed out of school for a year and worked, and then came back and got on with this school called Harding University. And my coach, he recruited me in junior college, but the thing was, you know, I was so hung up on getting championships with the top school in D2. So I got a ring and all that. We made it to the Final Four, but it still wasn't for me. Well, Harding was for me, man. They had a graphic design program, and I told coach about my sneaker dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to design sneakers.
Well, that's still in the back of your brain.
It was still there, bro. Because when I got hurt, it really made me think about it because, you know, I couldn't run, jump, but I could still think and sketch. So that was my thing. Like, even healing through that, like, I sketched even more, you know. And when I got on my feet, it was like, now it's learning about how to make this cool render that I seen on the computer and trying to figure that out. So I studied graphic design.
What year is this?
This was like 06.
Okay.
06, 07, yeah.
What year did you graduate?
09, I ended up graduating.
Okay.
So I stayed there 2 years. I switched my major, was business. I switched my major to graphic design.
So you got a degree in graphic design?
Yeah.
But it didn't do it for you?
No, I wanted the product.
You wanted to create.
Yeah, I wanted to make shoes, but they didn't have that program. So that was the closest thing I could, you know, get to while hooping and learning at the same time. But yeah, I ended up learning graphic design. But every project was about shoes, and my teachers and professors, they were like, they weren't supportive, but they were like, "Dang, Chris is really passionate about shoes. Like this guy really wants to do shoes and make like any concept we do like about it."
Totally.
So they ended up breaking and letting me do like sneaker theme everything. And yeah, my when I graduated, I had the opportunity to go to Germany to hoop. And now I just said I'm gonna stay another year and finish.
Wow.
Yeah, so I stayed another year, and that's when like I really started dreaming big, yo. Because my best friend, his cousin is Venus and Serena, and every summer he would go down there, and Serena just got bro. Yeah, it was crazy. My best friend Mitch, yeah, that's my guy.
Bro, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I was like, Mitch, man, like I'm about to finish school, man. I don't have any internships, so see if Serena could look at my portfolio and just see what she can do, see if I can get to
Did
Nike or
she have a
something.
deal with Nike by then?
She did.
Yeah, she did,
She
right? Yeah,
did.
I
That was
mean,
like
she's been
around,
playing forever, since
yep,
the early 2000s, right?
yep.
Yeah.
It was good. Um, but he ended up going to her house, and I called him, and I asked her, like, she was on speaker, and he was like, I asked her, like, Serena, can I show you my portfolio when I'm done summer school? And she was like, yeah, Chris, I check it out.
How
And
does
that
nobody
was,
know this story? This is
that was
amazing.
nah, this is a true story, man. That was like the most craziest thing like ever, man. So that summer I was working like I can't believe this is happening. And Mitch was like, yeah, man, as soon as you get back, she's gonna have this tournament. And basically, you know what I mean, you're gonna get to show your portfolio during like before the game happens. I'm like, man,
Where was
yes.
the tourney?
It was in DC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A new state, new city.
I was still in North Carolina, so I
Okay.
came back home and it was in North
Okay.
Carolina. But I was gonna drive up there.
Totally.
Yeah, so when I got home, we, you know, it didn't happen like right when I got home, you know, from school, but you know, I got a call from my sister, and that's when it started happening. Her sister had handled our business. Basically, she called me. She was like, "All right, Chris, this is what you need to do. You need to put together a whole campaign for Serena, all shoes, all everything. Just laid it out what I need to do." I'm like, I can't believe I'm getting this information. I had 5 days, bro, to get all of this done. Man, I stayed up for 5 days straight, my dude. I probably had a couple
I
of naps.
believe you.
I stayed up. I mean, I never
I
done
got
that again.
straight chills right now.
Nah,
What an opportunity.
that was the opportunity of a lifetime, bro. Like, and I took full advantage. One of my best friends in college, Sean, he helped me like lay it all out, and we just executed it. And he just like he showed me like, you know, his point of view, and then I just like finessed it and like, man, like made it something exceptional. We call it the Delicious campaign, the Delicious
That's what you
Training.
called it?
Yeah, Delicious Training, bro. That was
Amazing. That's
and
awesome.
it was like sweets and cakes. So like, you know how athletes, they work hard just so they can get a slice of pizza or something. So we flipped that idea, and bro, I had 2 minutes to present like all of this work I did all week. Serena, I met her and I'm like looking at her like, I can't believe this is Serena. And then her assistant like, yo, you got like 2 minutes before she has to like go out. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like going through
I gotta
it.
start talking.
Yes, I started
talk
going
about
through it.
she's arguably the greatest athlete flat
She's
across
the
the
GOAT,
board
bro. Flat out, bro.
in the world.
The best. The best.
Like, I saw her play once live. It just unbelievable. Just
Nah, she's truly a great person, bro. Like
so
besides sports, she's great.
what like what was in the portfolio? Like, so you built this story, right? Of footwear. What like type of work was in it? Was like all illustration? Was it like sketching? Was it?
I try to show as much as I could. I try to show my illustration skills. I try to show my conceptual skills within like what she needed on the court, and giving like different tournaments that have different shoes. Like the U.S. Open is like all white. So I mean, like I tried to make it right. So it was like 4 shoes, a big poster of her, like her face, like I illustrated. It was packaging, and that was what got me my next like opportunity. It wasn't my design. She was like, Chris, I showed her that, and she stopped me at the packaging because the packaging was cake, and it was sliced into packages of shoes. And she really liked just imagine like you slice a cake,
Yeah.
and basically like if you put the whole cake together, it's like all shoes, right?
Yeah, I follow. Yeah, yeah.
And one slice is a box, so you open it up and then the shoes are in there. And she just loved that idea, and she just stopped and she was like, "All right, everybody out." And it was just me and her, bro. Like,
Seriously?
bro, seriously, I was a newlywed, and my wife had to leave, so I'm like, "Yo, oh, this is really serious. This is serious." And she was like, "Chris, I don't really have the power to get you a job at Nike, but I am starting a collection of my own called The Nearest, and I would love for you to be, designer for this women's line." And I'm like, "Yo," she was like, "I'm doing high heels." She's like, "Have you ever done high heels?" I'm like, "Nah, but I will."
But absolutely, yep. No problem.
Yes, I was like, "I will, I definitely will." And she was like, "All right, cool." So, after the game, we'll connect and I'll let you know the next steps. And I'm like, this can't be happening to me. Like a dude from Fayetteville chasing his dreams, like really trying to get something working, and this
I
happens.
when I knew we were gonna do this, I was like, I bet Chris has some like real stories. This is not what I was expecting.
Nah, yo,
That
this
is a
happened.
rocket ship of a story.
Bro, it that was a blast off, man. So yeah, I worked for Serena for about a year and a half, doing illustrations for her Nearest line.
Did
But
it
she
come
had
out? All that
HSN.
stuff came out?
Now this what happened. So she had a Nearest was her like top luxury line, and then she had the signature statement that was her HSN line, and the HSN line started booming. Like the when they call in, and bro, that was like really booming and taking shape. So her team decided to go, with the HSN line versus the luxury line. But before I left, I did these dual heels, and that was like the first time I ever had her like call me. I sent her a sketch of a high heel with two heels on it, and yeah, that was the one.
Cool concept.
It was crazy. It was dual, and I was telling her how it was a balance thing and a cushion thing that could make it like really comfortable if I added like sneaker materials to a high heel. Because when the first time I worked with her, her assistant took me in her closet, and she was just showing me all her heels, and she was like, "Yo, those cost like $1,500, but she only could wear them for 2 hours." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "What?" And it was like, "Those are 3,000. She only could wear them for like 30 minutes." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Wicked
So it was
uncomfortable.
a problem.
Yeah.
And I did that dual heel, and I sent it to her, and she was like tripping. And then it was just like, man, like this is a cool idea. And then that's when it stopped because their team was scared because it was just like too much, and HSN was doing too well. So
So her team pulled it?
they pulled it, yeah.
Oh.
But no, it was good, man, because
Reality. Brings
yeah,
it back everything back down, right? I mean,
right. So when that ended, I seen this competition, Future Soul. So that's when Future Soul came in
wait,
2010.
so a year and a half with Serena. What year bracket was that like?
That was 2009, and then 2010 is when
Wow.
Future Soul happened. I seen Austin Jamaicans win in 2009. I was like, man, that is crazy competition.
I
But
remember his name.
yeah, the age limit was at like 16 because they were looking for high schoolers. But this year they had put the age limit to 25.
Wow.
And bro, I was 25.
Wow.
I was 25 years old, turning 26. The competition was in May, and my birthday is in July.
Oh my God.
Bro, I put my submission in, and I made it to the semifinals.
Wow.
Future Soul, bro. Yeah, Dwayne put that on with Jordan. That's when Dwayne Wade was there. And I did a signature shoot for Dwayne Wade, and that got me to the semifinals. That was my first time ever winning a design competition in my life.
That's amazing.
That was the one. And then I met Dwayne, flew us out to
So
Portland.
tell people, because this is the first time I've heard of Future Soul. Like, what was it? A Jordan sponsored thing? Was it?
Yep. It was a
Yeah.
Jordan Nike sponsor. Yep. So it was like Pencil before Pencil. So
Did
Dwayne,
like the winner come work for Jordan or Nike or?
it was finding talent. Like that was the thing. They
Okay.
were trying to find young talent, and they found some of the best early. Matt Melda,
Yeah, yeah,
call him Matt D. I can't say his last name. And
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
Austin. It was a lot of guys that got discovered early through Future Soul, man.
I remember so far everyone you said off of Behance or however you say
Yep,
it. Like those basically the predecessor to Instagram, in terms of
exactly.
footwear design for me at least. That's crazy.
Nah, it was getting good, man. Winning that, it was such a game changer. Like again, like after working with Serena, and then winning that competition was ridiculous.
Amazing.
It was one of the I thought like you think he made it. Like I had like Ben Slammin was my mentor, like my first Nike mentor.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Ben was an ultimate mentor, man. He we all had different mentors, and I met a lot of great designers early.
Yeah.
Um, and they let us present in front of all the top dogs and Tiger Woods. And man, I won that joint, bro. I couldn't believe it.
You
Yeah, it was
presented in front of Tiger Woods?
no, in Tiger Woods building on the Nike campus.
I thought I was like Serena and then
Bro,
Tiger. I was thinking,
nah, not Tiger. But no, it was Jordan though. It was Jordan, bro. I couldn't believe I'm a kid from North Carolina.
Totally.
Heavy influence on Tar Heel, Duke rivalry. Like I'm on the Tar Heel side because of MJ. He's the greatest. And then being in that atmosphere where I'm designing a shoe for a college kid, and I'm like, man, I gotta come correct for us, because we here. And I end up winning, and that's when I met Dwayne in person, and he was just like, yo, like keep up the good work, and like you're on my radar, like keep up the good work, and let's build. And then that shoe was supposed to come out, but something crazy happened. Like Ben hit me, and he was like, yo, do you have anything to do with this? It was like your shoe's been made, and it's like 5 different colorways. So the design got knocked off in China.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so they couldn't make the shoe, bro.
Oh man.
Yes, I tried to order the shoe and everything, bro. It was crazy.
From China?
Yeah, I seen it. I was like, I can't believe it. Like, this shoe is real. My design is real.
How did that happen? Do you think it was from like it being an online kind of competition
Yeah,
and like
it was on the big. It was on Soul Collector.
Okay, shit. So yeah.
Yeah, Nick DePaula covered it. Yeah, I remember. It was big. So they put the design boards up, and I guess they took the design from the design board and made it. It had like it was the Phase 23 tooling, and they just made it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
cool,
that speaks volumes though, right?
I mean, in my world, I was like, I couldn't, like, it was still surreal just to be
Totally.
involved with all this other stuff and these people that work at Nike. And man, after that, Dwayne just invited me, like, because my shoe couldn't be made.
Yeah.
I think Alan Largent, his shoe was made, and that he was in the same competition. He won. But yeah, his shoe was made, and then Dwayne took me to the Jordan Brand Classic game and told me about Pencil. That's when he came and gave me his whole vision about what this school is going to be. And I'm like, it sounded like a real place. Like the way he explained his vision, it was like, wow, that's like truly amazing. Like I definitely want to be a part of that.
Yeah, because Pencil originally on the website it says 2010. It was like originally like founded.
Yeah, that's when he established it, and he invited me to build what I said I was doing for Serena was the double heel. So I was telling him about solving the comfort problem in high heels, and he was like, he thought that was really cool. So I should come and like start incubating and trying to make it something.
Before we move past 2010, I gotta ask: do you still have that portfolio that you showed Serena?
I do. It's actually printed in a folder, bro. Like I had it on mat board, and I ended up reprinting it and just putting it in something soft. But I still have it.
Is it online anywhere?
No, I don't have a portfolio online.
Dude, the world, like, take photo. The world needs to see it.
Nah, I'm putting stuff together, man, because um, I've always seen people put, like, I put stuff out like in spurts.
Yeah.
I never showed my whole thing, and it's for a reason.
Okay.
And it's gonna be nice when I show the whole thing because it's a story. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
You're just
And
building.
yeah, it's a I didn't go the route of going to a design school,
Yeah.
and like my route was different. So my story's gonna be different, and I want to keep it that way. And I want to have an element of mystery. Or like,
I respect the shit out of that. I like when people don't do things the normal or what society's telling you to do or
right,
it's trying to guide us or the box it's putting us in. So
true.
one day, if I ever get the opportunity to hang out with you in
Nah,
Portland and come over, I like. I mean, Serena's just like, I'm a tennis player. I don't know if you knew. I played D3
I
tennis.
didn't know that. That's
I
dope.
played in high school. I had some success, and then I played D3 college, and I was like average at best. Never like, but like I went through that too. I was like, I'm gonna play
Nah,
tennis for my rest of my life.
good,
I go to the U.S. Open every other year. Like, and that's where
nice.
I've seen her play. Man, she is. You've just never have seen anybody hit the ball so hard and so
Ah!
fierce.
She's a monster.
She
She's a
is
monster with it, bro.
a top athlete, and
Yeah,
again, everything she's done off the court is just speaks volumes. I mean,
truth.
for everybody, and like so that's why this story to me is like
Nah, it
I'm like
definitely.
kind of I'm like I wish that was me. You still
Nah,
are you still friends with your buddy?
uh, Mitch. Nah, that's my brother, man. I'm like,
Oh,
that's like,
okay.
yeah, he's like godfather, my daughter, and everything.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you guys are real
Yeah,
tight.
yeah, yeah, that's my guy.
That's amazing.
Somebody give you opportunity like that, man. They really love you and care about you in your future. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
he trusted me with the shot to tell his cousin like he got some talent, and it worked out. And I mean, the whole situation was good because after me and Dwayne and after getting invited to Pencil, I was still working on that idea that I had for her, which is the dual hill. And my friend from middle school, Cortland Finnegan, he was in NFL, and
Yeah, he played for the Titans, man.
yeah, that was
I'm a
one of my
Titans
close
fan,
friends.
so I like
Yeah,
as soon as you said that name, I'm like, there's no way he means the NFL player. And then you say he played for the NFL.
yeah, man. So Cortland was my guy. So after I won Future Soul and I told him what I was doing for Serena, he was getting married and he wanted all the boys to get together from childhood. And he was always in the art, man. He was one of those kids in class like, yo, Chris, draw me something real quick. And I used to draw him little homies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And he used to like it. And I told him about Serena. He was like, oh man, you on your way. And I started telling him about the comfortable high heels, and he was like, man, that might be real cool, man. And he really believed in it after he seen what we were doing, because I was working at a mattress store at that time, bro. Like after
I
all the
was gonna
Future Soul
ask,
stuff.
like, you had to have some sort of
Yeah, bro.
income.
Yeah, man. I was working, but it was like these odd, like weird jobs that made me feel uncomfortable because I'm a true introvert. Didn't like to talk, so I got a sales job so I can like talk and like break the ice on like start talking to people. So I was doing that, but I was looking at the comfort in the mattresses and trying to build a package to where I can make it under the foot and really comfortable. So we really started like experimenting, me and my close friend Josh, and we used to taking high heels and carving them out and putting the padding in and
From
standing.
mattresses.
Yeah, we had sample stuff. We had sample stuff. So we used to cut it up, bro, and put it in there, man. And it was like, yo, this works.
Wow.
So, bro, we went on Alibaba trying to really make it happen. And Cortland was like, yo, let's make it a business. So Christopher Coy was the luxury line that we came up with.
I remember that from like years ago.
Yeah, that was
Online.
like that took
I
a long
remember,
time.
like I saw it. I don't know if it was on Behance or on Instagram or
Yeah, bro.
This was yeah, I remember that brand and I was like, I don't know what this is, but this is crazy.
Nah, that's when we started building it. And then I started going to Pencil and kept, I was working and still building this idea up. We was going through the paperwork and that whole process because we wanted to get it patent because we found out this was a true problem. And if
Oh
we
yeah.
solved it, we could come up. So the dual heel was looking real cool. And then the patent on the comfort package and the heel, we wanted to be covered. So Cortland was like, "Yo, let's do it."
Was he playing in the NFL by then?
Yeah, he was playing. He was backing it, but I had to do all the legwork.
Yeah.
So I'm working jobs and that because I seen the vision, and we end up getting a sample made, and it worked. My wife a sneakerhead just like me, and dude, she put it
Where'd
on.
you get it made?
Our first sample, man, we went on Alibaba and got this guy from from
I love
Brazil.
it.
From Brazil, dude. Like we was in Brazil, like trying to get something luxury, but ended up in Brazil.
Oh my god! And it
And
worked.
bro, it worked. The comfort package was really comfortable, bro. And we wear tested it for like 5 months. My wife wore them, and bro, they was like, "This is it." So we ordered like 500 pair.
Wow.
Okay, we ordered 500 pair. We get them, they're all defected, dude. All of them. We got like
What
three
year is
samples.
this?
This was 2013 now.
I was gonna guess 13. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, 13. Yeah. No, it's 12. Sorry, 12.
Wow.
So it took me like
Without like any pre buys or anything like that, you were just like
we just
500 is a good number.
Yeah, we just got that, and we got 500 pair of shoes in this room, and we can't do nothing with them. So that was like my first big lesson of like, oh man, this is.
And you paid for them all.
And it was Cortland.
Oh my god.
He invested, and it was just like, man, like, and this the dude straight burnt us. We couldn't get a hold of him.
He
It was
just
like
peaced out.
he disappeared, bro. And it was like one of the worst experiences. Like it was just like, man, that just happened. And I just went back to Pencil, seen another competition, jumped back on it, and like, yo, we gonna figure this out, dude, because it's we got the patent already. We just got to figure out, the production.
So you did get a patent on it.
Yeah, the patent went through after like 3 years though, but he believed in it so much because he had a wife too, and she put him on. And he was like, yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
But the samples were good, but when we did a small production run, no bueno.
So what'd you do after that?
Yeah, so I went back working, man. Like, ended up being a car salesman then, bro. I was selling cars.
Man, you have hustle like nobody else.
But I was learning how to sell because that was the thing. It was like once I get these 500, I was looking at them like,
you got to figure out how to sell them.
So I went from mattresses to cars because I heard cars was like you really have to talk well to sell cars.
Totally.
So yeah, I was doing that, and then another pencil competition pops up, and that was an FM platform, and I was like, yo, it was in Vegas, and I was like, I have to do it, and it was high heels. Yep. So it was high heels again. It was a Cosmo category for Nina. I don't know Nina shoes.
I don't know.
I spent time with Dwayne there. Spent 2 weeks with him. And bro, we ended up winning that competition.
Did you do the double heel concept?
Nah, I did a bride concept where it was like a veil. So it was like the veil was at the bottom and it kind of drug the floor. And then
that's cool.
When it comes up, it was like a diamond shaped heel. So that's like she got the diamond, and then after that, like that veil turned into like a panel and a strap, so she can party, after she got the ring. So it was a cool story, man. And yeah. Nina shoes. The president came and acknowledged me for that project. After I won the FM platform
in Vegas.
Yeah, FM platform at Magic. So that was it just kept getting better, man. and I kept growing my skills within the design because I never knew how to storytell, and because I
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
on shoes. So after Future Soul, it was like I was learning how to actually create a process and storytell from these mentors, Ben and Dwayne, and all the students that was around me in those classes were insane. Like,
And pushing you, right? I
yeah,
mean,
they were insane. Like the challenge, like the person in front of me was like really good. Like in a design school, like killing it. So it was rewarding for me to actually compete and win. But at the same time, it wasn't like a win against him. It was like against myself
totally.
because I was, I had a kid then, and it was just like, I got to take care of a kid and then do what I really want to do so I can, live.
Right. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Where are
So
you living? Where are you living during all of this? Are
I
you
was in
in
Fayetteville, North
Portland?
Carolina.
Okay, you're back in North
I was in
Carolina. Okay.
Fayetteville. I was back in the Ville. And yeah, after that competition, man, like that was 2014. So 2015 is like when we got back started, because I won future footwear,
What's
and
that?
that was a big competition. That was actually 2012, but that was the biggest one. That's when I did the dual heel with the wedge, and I created the dual wedge, and that was like the one that really like got me like, all right, let's do this again. Let's make this one because everybody wants this one.
Yeah.
And I was at Magic too.
Wow.
That was one of the best classes I've been to at Pensole, man, was future footwear. It was a lot of big designers that's like in the industry now that's killing it right now. That was in that class.
Yeah.
And that was probably the best class I've been in at Pensole. But nah, that was the shoe, the dual wedge. And Dwayne like helped me kind of like massage the idea of the comfort package and in the dual heel. And he was challenging me to the point where it was frustrating. It's like, dude, like, I don't know what you're talking about, man, but it's like, just keep sketching because that's not it. He wanted me to make the dual heel not look like the dual heel. And I'm like, man, what do you mean? And man, I really was pushed on that concept to the point I was walking out of class. So I'm like, I'm about to lose it. We had the last day to turn in our final concepts, man. And I remember Court Newman. Court Newman is, I think, a senior designer for UA.
Okay.
He did some curries, but he told me to take my consumer to, was it Japan, and look at the interior of homes. And it was bamboo, interior bamboo, like all straight parallel lines. And that's what I got. Boom. Sketched it out, showed it to Dwayne. He was like, all right, what's the upper look like? I'm like, dude, like I sketched 150 tools and that's it.
Oh my God.
But nah, that was one of the hardest that I did, and it was the most rewarding because that was what started the Christopher Coy collection. Like really, the Italian made, because Suzette believed in me. She let me use some of the finest leather in M-Lab.
Yeah, she had the connections.
Yeah, she had all the resources in Linen Pele. Man, she showed me so much on the material side. Had real stingray on my shoe, so I was like really feeling luxury, and end up hiring her to go find materials in Linen Pele in Italy. Yeah, so we started trying to find factories in Italy.
So you guys went to Italy?
Yeah, so after I won that competition, bro, that's when like it really blasted off, man. Like, as far as
This was 2015, 16?
That was 12, but like it was 13 and 14 is when I started putting it together and making it like really something. 15,
and you had a wife and a kid, and you're just flying to Italy to try to find some leather samples.
Man, my wife is the biggest supporter, man, and the
Sounds like a rock star, man.
truly a rock star, dude. Like we met from sneakers, so she has the same passion, but in a different way, and that's she awesome. Supports, and all these I guess milestones were celebrated with, me and her and Jay, you know what I'm saying, in our immediate family. And it was like something that has never been done in either of our families.
Yeah.
Like winning competitions at Nike and Jordan, like that's pretty cool. And it's something to celebrate and it's something to push towards. And
Right.
she was always with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. She's still down.
She's still kicking around, so I'm doing something
She's still
right.
down. Yeah, she's still down, man. But nah, man, I finished the line in Italy in Florence, and that was probably one of the best projects I worked on, like, because it was a dream come true. It was like,
Totally.
Serena believed in me, Cortland believed in me, Dwayne believed in me, and now it's this. I got this thing with my name on it, and it's the best of the best. Like, I got some crazy stories about Italy, man, that would definitely blow your mind, David. Like, for real, like we was getting the mold made for this dual wedge. You probably seen it in the Pencil studio.
Might have, yeah.
But nah, that project was crazy. We was trying to get that mold done. We went to like 5 different factories,
I believe it.
tooling factories, and they were all trying to slice it in half and put it together. And then Celio, my my technician, he basically had one of the top Italian car companies make our mold because his brother-in-law worked for them. And it was
Of course.
amazing. I can't say what company it was. I don't want to get him in trouble.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
It was ridiculous, and it was one of those things we had to keep quiet. But it was a milestone again, to where we're innovating in Italy. We got the best material.
You had to this guy must have believed in you in order to pass it along to a different industry and make your mold.
When they first seen the idea, he was like, "Mamma mia." He said, "Mamma mia," and then he looked at me. He was like, "You did this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I designed this." And he asked me like 3 times, and he was like, "This looks insanely hard, and we have to get this done."
Wow.
He was a 70-year-old technician from Italy, so he was a master at his craft. Yeah. And he looked at this as one of like a challenge.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get it done. And we found him at Lenapelle in one swoop. We found our factory in one swoop. And the coolest thing about that was I was the first Black designer in this Italian factory.
Wow.
They said they never seen nobody like me. They said they welcomed me like a family member in this factory. And when I say they never seen nobody like me, I'm talking about my work. They never seen nothing like Vince Camuto was in that factory. They did a lot of products, sample stuff in that factory. It was really like special to be in that factory. And when they welcomed me, I was just like, I'm gonna put, this is all I have. This is my dream. This is my opportunity. I'm gonna put my best foot forward and try to change some things, because it was hard for them to understand what I was trying to do, which was make high heels comfortable, not just look at a luxury level, but also perform on something that you ain't never seen. And man, they was calling me crazy. They was like, "Yo, you crazy if you think this is gonna get done." And Celio and
you pushed
my agent, we kept pushing, bro, and we got that thing like all the way 100, and that whole factory just was so excited, bro.
I bet.
Yeah.
That so they like overcame this challenge. So this is like 14?
This is like 15. This is like we about to launch.
Wow. And so you made it. You made the run of shoes?
Man, I made 10 style collection. We came out with four of the styles. And then our business relationship started to clash real bad, and man, started to fall apart, man. Oh. And that was like one of the hardest things, because it was a friend too. So, after opening for like 3 months, it shut down just as fast. Oh man. Yeah, so
did you sell any shoes?
Bro, the first yeah, I did. This my first sale my shoe was $700.
Wow. Okay.
I had that in mind because I wanted to have a luxury price, but not just like under luxury. But the thing was, I wanted to create a scholarship fund for like a percentage of that sale,
Wow.
just so I can give to someone like myself that didn't go to a design school, but can go to Penso. So I was trying to set that up, and we just had, we didn't have the same vision.
Wow.
And we sold, bro. When I seen an email that said you have 3 orders or 2 orders, and it says 700, and there's like 2 shoes is $1,400. I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
And like somebody is buying my shoe for 700. Like this is real.
Wow.
And I don't have to do customer service. I have to do everything, but I have no staff, so it was all me. And bro, it was a lot of work to the point where it's like one person can't do this.
And that was for 3 months you did that?
I did that for 3 months. Operation, everything, customer service, logistics. And I'm talking about international logistics. Where you have to we got fish scales on ours, so we got to get a fish and wildlife license. Like stuff like that, to where I'm like,
you got to learn about on the fly.
On the fly. And bro, it was so much on one person with, a growing family that I had to take a step back because I was truly losing my, my energy, my focus of what was really important. And, I had to end Christopher Coy, but it wasn't on good terms, which I hate, but I learned so much within that and business because I was so design driven, but it's truly a balance, dude.
Yeah.
It's truly a balance. So if you're like an entrepreneur and you like all about design, you really have to take a step back and take a side step towards business and understand how you're going to approach that as well as design. So that was like the key thing that I learned in that opportunity. And then right after that, World Sneaker came out.
Yeah.
That was the third year, and that was 2017. And I was so upset because I was trying to get marketing money, and I seen that as a way to get marketing money for Christopher Coy. So I jumped on that like, man, I'm gonna win this joint because I need this money. You know what I mean? That was my mindset. Like, I need to win this because like I really want this thing to work. But
World Sneaker Championship was through Penso, correct?
It was, and Foot Locker.
Okay, yeah, it was. I remember it was like a partnership. Foot Locker was the other ingredient that I was forgetting.
Yeah, it was interesting. So I started doing my campaign. I hate asking people for things, and that was like a big part of it.
That was the first year they did the World Sneaker Championship?
That was the third year.
Third year, okay.
Yeah, third year. But it was my opportunity because it was like I was so frustrated, so I needed to do something sneaker related, not high heel related. So I wanted to see like where my skills were at, like with the sneakers, because I haven't been drawing them for like 4 years, bro.
Because you're just focused right on this heel.
Yeah. And actually, that was the first year World Sneaker that Penso partnered with Vibram.
Yeah.
Yep. So they were part of that. So I was really hyped.
We did the tooling.
Did the tooling. Yep. So I ended up going through that, man, and ended up being the champion for that, man. And I couldn't believe it, man. And it brought back my love for sneakers.
Yeah.
To the point where I wasn't too concerned about Christopher Coy anymore. I was like, man, I need this. I got my own sneaker now, dude. Like, I can't believe I one. They're going to make this.
Yeah. And sell it.
And sell it. Yeah. Nah, man. So that happened, and we started going through the process, man. I was like, asked Dwayne, like, yo, I know I want 20,000, but I would love to give half of that to be a part of the process and like making it and seeing how, sneakers are made versus high heels. And he agreed to it, man. So, I, paid for that, and he was able to. Well, he just said, yeah, it's cool. Like, don't worry about it. We can do it like that. And,
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and I got to go to Portugal to see how these shoes were being made. So that was like, man, I need to be here. So that was like when we went back home and Dwayne went to Portland, I'm like, dude, like, I need to be in Portland.
Yeah. So after you won the competition, that's when it clicked?
Yeah, that's when it clicked, man. Like a year before that happened, I really knew I needed to get out of Fayetteville because my house got burglarized. And bro, I lost like almost 100 pair of shoes, man. I mean, even more than that, but it was just like I lost like my collection from
That's
burglars.
probably worth a couple cents.
Bro, when I started tallying up these, I had like DMPs on ice, like Space Jams, like on
Sure.
ice, and it was just like everything was gone. It changed my whole mind frame though. After I started doing, I was like 20,000, bro, on sneakers. I could have invested that into myself. So that was like my whole mindset of like, now I want to be a creative versus a consumer because I seen how much I was spending, and that really pushed me to be a entrepreneur and like, okay, this is my wake up call. This is now I need to get out of Fayetteville. And then after all that happened, I was like, now I gotta go. So
Wow.
we packed up, man, 2017, and we dipped, bro. We went from Fayetteville.
You went to work for Pencil full time after the competition, or?
Yep. So after the competition, you remember the Lace Up show?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was yeah. So Dwayne he called me and asked me to be a creative consultant for that show in the background.
Dude, I love that show. I wish it was still going, man. It was so cool. It was like, it was one of a kind.
Man, that show was hard work.
I believe that. As a
Yeah, that
guy who
show was
just
hard
watched
work.
it, as a guy who watched it, I was like, that shit's
Nah,
true.
but it was really good. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a good experience for me because I never been in a position to where I had to give people ideas and not being able to actually draw it. I had to actually tell them and direct them. And
Communicate it. Yeah.
yeah, and me and Jared Fiorovich, we were like partners. He was the maker, and I was like, the creative consultant. And we got to work with these teams. And the first like 3 competitions that we directed, we won. And it was just like, man, this is cool. Like I didn't even draw nothing, bro. And they took direction well and they executed. So seeing that from like the back end, like I wasn't on the show, like I was dodging the cameras, like I did not want to be on camera, but the learning experience, like seeing them
Just
work
growing
that
that skill
day,
set.
bro, it was like the turnaround time was insane,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
for the makers. It was insane, and they were actually dunking in them and like jumping in them and everything, dancing. Like these shoes were like that was made in the day, dude.
Yeah. Don't jump in
Chill. You
it.
gotta relax. But nah, it was a great opportunity to see how Dwayne worked and how he thought and how he balanced things with teaching and even like pressure under the cameras and business. And I was like, man, like if there's another opportunity to work with Dwayne, like I'd love to do this like again because
He's got
you know
vision.
it was more than just making a product. It was like working with other students and helping them, you know, gain their skill set and
Go
their
after their
toolbox.
dreams.
Exactly, man. I felt that feeling before.
Yeah.
So being able to be around that and being a good, a good energy source, to these students and these young people was fun for me.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
that was really like that job it was like a 3-month job. So after that, I had enough money to where I can quit my job being a sales.
You're still doing the
You know what I'm
sales thing.
saying? Still not. I'm done with that now. I got enough money to where I'm gonna just move my family. If I
Wow.
want to work for Nike, it's there. If I work for Pensole, it's there. Like that's what I mean. That's where the designers are. So made the sacrifice, man, and we did it, man. And we're in Beaverton now, and I've been working as a special project designer for Dwayne with the amazing team, doing
Yeah.
some amazing work, working with some amazing partners. And it's rewarding because it's satisfying that I can do special projects and also dip my head in and say, hey, what y'all doing in the studio? It's a lot of kids working on some cool stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a cool position I'm
Nice
in.
balance.
It's a cool journey that I've been on that is continuing. That I'm happy and my wife is living her Nike dream. She's at
She works
Nike.
for Nike, you told me once, right?
Yeah, she works at Nike.
That's awesome.
And it's one of those things where it's like, man, we look at each other sometimes like, man, I can't believe I'm here, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's awesome.
go drop her off at work and we're at the Nike campus. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Yeah,
That's like
so
La La Land, man. That's Disneyland.
nah, but I'm still working like from the whole world sneaker thing. I'm still working on building a new brand. Um, so after World Sneaker, that shoe didn't come out the way we planned it to, just because of timing and marketing. But I just took it as like I did a soft launch on a sneaker week with constant development, and then I kind of pulled back, and I want to build more because I know Christopher Coy took me 5 years, and that was like a master plan. You know, you work on something 5 years, it's like a master plan. And I want constant development to be the same, but I don't want it to be 5 years. I want to shorten it up from all the things I've learned in the past to make something that's that lasts longer, and it's not just about me. I don't want a brand that's like Christopher Coy, like that's me, but something that everybody can relate to, and I think everybody can relate to, like constantly developing their skills or their personality or their character or their professionalism. Like
Everything's evolution, man.
exactly.
Everything.
So yeah, that's what I'm creating now. Besides, doing the amazing stuff at Pencil,
Yeah.
just working on that.
That's it? That's all you got?
Nah, I'm just gonna take a step,
After
man.
an hour, that's all the stories you're gonna tell us?
Man.
Jesus, that was amazing.
Nah, man, that's my journey, man. It's not over because I still have dreams, man.
Totally.
Dreams, you gotta keep dreaming, man. You gotta keep thinking about what's next and what's the future. And even if it's not you doing it, you might just be giving a alley-oop to another kid and they coming and dunking it.
I truly believe that like people need to start looking around around people like that are on the same ground floor as them when you're working hard and you're hustling. Stop looking up at all these idols and all these people who've already made it. They're not going to help you. Look around you. Those people.
Right. True.
There's a good chance they might even become your boss one day. So why not try to lift them up?
That's true.
You never know.
That's so true.
And I love that, man. This was that was an unexpected journey. That was a beautiful. That was a true rocket ship. I mean, I hope people, if one takeaway from this, right, is that if you hear that Chris Dixon has a vision, and he's guaranteed to accomplish it.
I have to, man. Like that's what keeps us like living, man. Like that's what gives me life is, having a conversation with a creative and really like getting excited about it. And it's an idea, but we can see it and it's not there. But then you start working on it in months and months and months, and then you have this thing to where it's like, oh man, this is just like we thought about. It solves all the problems that we said it would solve. And now we get to give it to the world, and they get to use it, or they get to admire it, or get inspired by it. So I love that part of just being a creative and an artist.
You're such a positive person too, it seems like, and even after your house getting robbed, and like you keep a mindset of like with vision. I mean, that takes a special person because some people would sink in that.
Man, it was some things in between that was shaping me, man. Like I lost my best friend Jesse within like, after winning, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then my uncle passed away from cancer that I was taking care of his last 2 months of life. It was just like you start realizing what's important.
Totally.
And like these things are cool and we love them, we cherish them, but they're things.
They're things.
They're gonna be there, man.
Yeah.
But people, the relationships and the positive impact we can have on people, it means more. Because once you're gone, that person has that memory of you, like, oh man, I remember when Chris told me this, and that was like that was all I needed. That was a spark to my flame. You know what I'm saying? That's the cool stuff to me. That's why I try to stay positive, even within the forecast we're in right now.
Yeah.
with all the injustice and all the craziness that's going on. It's just like, that's why I admire you so much, David.
Oh, stop. This isn't about me. I don't
Nah,
want
seriously, like truly, dude, like it's good people that know what's right and they're gonna fight for what's right, and you're one of those people.
I think we just all it goes along with we've just become such a materialistic society where
Right.
we lose sight on being human, just being humans. Like,
Yeah.
why can't we all coexist? It doesn't make sense to me. And we can all share ideas and grow together. There's enough room for everybody to grow together.
Truly, truly.
And but man, I was not expecting this. I mean, this is it
That's,
sounds like you don't like being on camera. It sounds like you don't like talking and sharing your story too much.
nah, that's
I
not my thing. That's not my thing, because I don't want people to take it as like I'm bragging or my story is better than yours. But I'm still developing as a
totally.
person, as an artist, because I didn't go the path of a design school, and I'm in a really competitive field
Yes.
with industrial design and product design. It's just like, dude, like I'm just out here like trying to like get it. You know what I mean? Trying
Trying
to
to
figure it
fill
out
a
on my own
seventh
without
grader's
training.
dream. Seventh grader's dream is what I'm trying to fulfill.
Yes. No, that's exactly what it is.
That's yeah, I mean it's so crazy. But yeah, whatever you set your sights on in the future, I mean, are you you're obviously working with pencil at a very large capacity.
Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself doing your own thing again, like Christopher Coy?
It's happening now, man. That's the cool thing about this position that I have. It's
That flexibility.
special projects means I get to work on things that Dwayne gave me, and my thing, which is for the bigger picture. It's not about me. Like what I'm trying to build is it's similar to Dwayne, but at the same time it's on the product side. So it's more for the creative. So I want to build something for creatives that they will actually need, products that they will actually need to get better. So that's like my thing on the side that I'm slowly building, because I learned in the past is slow down.
Yeah.
Like, everybody wants to go fast, fast. Push the knobs button. No, 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 no. Go at a steady speed, your pace,
Yeah.
your
How
pace.
old,
See,
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 35.
30. Man, you're gonna live a whole nother 2 lifetimes. Easy.
Oh man, nah.
Medicine's gonna advance, dude. I'm living to 110, like
Yeah,
guaranteed.
that's
Like, and I'm gonna create a lot of stuff in 110 years. And
so,
again, it's to your point, right? Slow down. We're still so young.
right.
We got time.
Yes, man. It's like start thinking about. I think our generation and generations like younger than us really
Yeah.
need to start thinking about our carbon footprint.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing on my like. I know we had small conversations about it, but carbon footprint was my last college class. It was called environmental ethics,
Hmm.
and I learned so much about waste and um, taking care of the environment and leaving the place better than what you came into.
Yeah.
But the carbon footprint and sustainability within footwear is now really like I've been really thinking about it lately. And I know like that is we love to see cool things. We like the 3D stuff, but we just got to figure out how is it sustainable? You know what I mean? How are these things are they going to be art? So that's a solution to sustainability in my eyes, because it could be a shoe, but it also could be a nice piece that's sitting on the mantle. You know what I'm saying? Like so beautiful that like I don't even want to wear it. It's cool. It's cool enough to just be some art.
Yeah.
Um, but nah, also I just think about that part of design more now, just because I've seen what I've wasted doing Christopher Coy and all the plastic and all the leather and all the other stuff that we didn't use that was in the pile. And it's like, yo, what are we gonna do with that?
Yeah.
That's trash. And it's just like, oh man, that just hurts my heart because I know better.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. obviously people can always look at the negative side of things that,
Right.
oh, the footwear industry should have been more sustainable a long time ago. But listen, we're making it's, and again, it's an evolution.
Yep.
Now become this main topic of discussion for every single brand across the board. And it's a really good thing. It's like, you can't, I always tell people the conversation, it's like, you can look at Allbirds. Allbirds started as a sustainable company.
Yeah.
Companies and brands who have been around for 35 years didn't start that way. You can't just flip the switch.
Right.
And change your entire processes overnight. It's going to take a long time.
It's going to take a while.
So just be patient with people and they'll get there, you know? But as long as people are thinking about it, and I was even thinking the other day, like, you know, I've been working from home for 3.5 months, like not driving anywhere. And think about carbon footprint that way, like in gas, not, you know, putting smog up in the air, like all the unnecessary things that I do while I'm stopping from here to there, like whatever. And like, and I can do my job, and it's a topic of conversation, you know?
It is, man. Nah, it's one that we just need to plant a seed, and just like when we design it, put that in your brief, like put that little piece in your brief so you can have it. You know what I mean? And we'll get there.
Yeah, for sure.
We got to start somewhere.
Yeah. So dude, we covered a lot, and I know we could probably talk for a whole nother hour.
Yeah,
we could hear about all those Italian stories that you hinted at, but maybe another time. Is there anything that you want to like? Do you have like a personal website, or like obviously like it's at Christopher Dixon on Instagram?
Yeah, Christopher. It's Chris Dixon NC on Instagram. Yeah, and then it's constant development. That's gonna probably drop on my birthday.
When's that?
July 19th.
Ooh, coming up! Early birthday.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start telling that story, man, and get that going, man. So we can.
I'm excited. That's close.
Nah, it's right around the corner, man. I've been working quietly and diligently.
This probably won't come out until after the July 4th week. So
okay.
So yeah, it'll probably be like right before that, if not the same week. But that's awesome. I'm excited to hear and learn more about it as it comes out and comes to fruition. And if there's one thing I've learned in the last hour is you're gonna make it happen.
No, I have to, man. Like, man, you go to Pencil in the dojo, man. The first thing you're gonna see is actions speak louder than words, man. So, you know, I've been talking amongst my peers a lot. So now I'm ready to show what I'm working on, what I've been talking about.
That's awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to leave? You dropped a lot of advice for a lot of people, so hopefully people can appreciate that when they watch this. But do you have any other last comments or things you want to talk about or anything like that?
Oh man. Man, I just I don't know, the climate that that we're in now, man. I just feel like it's been hard to create, just because we're fighting a different fight, like that our ancestors fought for a long time, and everybody has their voice and their different way to express themselves within this fight. But I know as a creative, it's been hard, and I had like, stop and goes. So, to all the creatives that's creating that are Black, and, you have days where you have blocks and you can't focus, man, take a rest. It's okay. But don't stop creating, because that's our way to express ourselves, and the things that we want to say and things that we feel, we share that through our creativity. So, keep creating, keep fighting. It's a good fight.
Chills, man. Chills.
Nah, that was
awesome.
Yes, sir.
No, I agree. Gotta always keep going. I always keep telling myself just to keep going. Everybody's got good days. Everybody's got bad days. People, have hurdles and stuff like that. But as long as you just keep going.
Yep. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's it.
So we got to keep going.
Man, this was beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, David, for having me, man. I appreciate your platform, bro, and I wish you the best on this too, man. This is good.
I'm excited. we took a break, obviously, because it wasn't the right time, right? It was like you gotta let the voices be heard, let people, consume it properly
Right.
and understand. And if I was just releasing episodes, during the past month, it didn't feel right. It was like, so, now it's even like taking a different look and approach at things, right? It's like, can I help support the more well-rounded people around me, right? Because like,
Right.
that's just it's an uncomfortable conversation to have, but it's like, okay, even in the first 8 episodes, like, who did I have? It was like, okay, I had 3 or 4 women or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
2 people of color, like, white guys, like, it's uncomfortable, but it's like, yeah, can we all just, I never thought about it though, but now it's like, do I have to start thinking about it? And that's not the way that I don't think it's right or wrong. It's just I hope that what's happened,
Mm-hmm.
it allows people to think differently in the future. It
Right. Right.
allows people to change their perspective.
Yes.
Although it might have been subconsciously they weren't aware of white privilege, for example, like
Right.
myself. Now, hopefully in the future, it's just something you're more aware of. And I think if you could take little steps like that, it'll become a holistically better place.
Nah, I agree. I agree 100%.
So, but you were on the list way but long ago. It was a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah, that was a battle within, man. Like I never put my story out there. I never shared like, portfolio, as I said. Like I share stuff on Instagram, and I've been like little stuff here and there on projects and stuff. But to talk to you, man, and have a conversation with you, man, I'm always down for that, bro.
I massively appreciate that. I know you first were like, I don't really do video, and I'm like, we can just do audio. I'm okay with it.
Nah, it's cool, man. I respect what you do, man. I love working with you. So it's I felt comfortable doing a conversation, you know, type interview.
I'm super happy. This was really just more of a conversation, in my opinion.
Definitely a conversation, man.
I guarantee you can inspire at least one person that listens to this, and I think that aligns with both of our goals and aspirations, and whoever sees this, if it's 12 people, if it's 100 people, or if it's 1,000 people, maybe this is the episode that takes off because it's so powerful.
That's the one, man. That's the thing, bro. You hit it right on the head. When I go to pencil classes and we have classes, I go in with the expectation of inspiring just one person, man. That's it. You can't change everybody's point of view, but
Totally.
you might can spark something in one. So yeah.
And that one, they could be the next president of the United States. They could be the next brand that's massive. They could be the next Uber. Dude, you never know. You just never know.
Nah, that's what it's about.
This was awesome. Well, I won't take up too much of your Sunday night. Thank you for having a conversation with us.
No, thank you, Dave.
We'll put your Instagram below. We'll make sure that people give you some love.
That's love, man.
This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait for people to blow this up.
Nah, this is good, man. This is real good.
I haven't smiled as much in a while. That the whole story time frame, I was like smiling.
It's a good day to smile, man. Today is a good day, man.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
All right, man. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, bro.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, peace.